Except in the way that I really need.
Yeah, but disappearing is not fair to anybody.
What's fair about AIDS to begin with? What's fair about a 19-year-old boy having to die before he gets a chance to live? Or about a disease ravaging Africa, okay? I'm not thinking about what is fair. I'm thinking about what is best for my family.
You're what's best. Patrick and Emma need you with them.
Do you think that I want to leave right now? I am in love with my husband. I can't even believe that I found this most beautiful, brilliant man to agree to marry me. I mean, we're supposed to grow old together.
Well, you still could.
And my daughter, I mean, Emma, every time I look at her, my heart is just bursting with love. I mean, I don't even want to go to work. I don't want to leave her to go to work. You think I want to leave her forever?
Then don't leave, Robin.
Jason, I know what's coming. I have lived through it. I have lived through that with Stone.
But you're giving in to fear right now. You're convincing yourself that there's no hope at all.
I can read my test results. The numbers are very clear.
The numbers can improve. You're not even giving your new meds a chance to work yet.
I know how horrible and annihilating it is to sit there and have to watch someone die, okay? I am not going to do that to my family.
Whatever you're going through, Patrick deserves to know.
Is that what you would want? I mean, if something was happening to her, if a disease was ravaging her body, if she was getting weaker all the time, you're honestly going to sit there and tell me that you would want to watch that?
I wouldn't even have to think about it. I'd want to be with her through whatever happens.
How long are you just going to sit here?
It hasn't been that long.
Every second counts. Abby needs me.
I know. And you have done everything humanly possible to make sure you get there, so just try and relax, okay?
How?
How?
Abby could be seriously hurt.
Welcome aboard Flight
Or worse.
317 non-stop service to Chicago. We'll be pushing back from the gate.
Thank God.
At this time, we ask
Hey, just so you know, I make sure there's a car service ready for us when we land.
Return to the off position.
I sent Abby to Chicago so she would be safe.
It was a good instinct.
If something happens to her, it'll be my fault.
Don't do that. You have done everything you can to protect her.
She has to be okay, Sam. I can't lose Abby. I can't.
You are the worst patient I've ever seen. Well, it turns out I am too.
I mean, what about what Patrick wants?
What if it was you? Really, what if you were the one that was sick and you were fading away little by little? You would want Sam to see that? No. I know you. You would get on your motorcycle, you would drive out of town, you'd find the nearest body of water, and you would walk right into it. I know it.
You don't think that Patrick's going to blame himself if you disappear? Feel like he failed you because you couldn't tell him what was going on?
Just exhausted, Jason. I can't do this anymore.
Well, maybe you're tired because you're trying to go through this by yourself.
Not by myself anymore. I have you. You're going to help me through it.
Leaving is not a solution.
It's the right thing to do.
What about Emma?
Emma, when my parents first disappeared, when I thought that they were dead. And of course, I missed them so much, but I remembered them in a good way. You know, my dad always making everything into a joke. My mom being the bravest, most beautiful woman I'd ever seen.
And you don't think Emma sees you that way? And you want to take that away from her?
How could you give up Jake? I mean, how could you let someone else be his dad?
I mean, he didn't know that I was his father, but I was trying to do what was right for him.
Exactly. Jason, that's what I'm trying to do.
No, but if you suddenly disappear, Patrick's going to have to explain to Emma what happened and make it okay for her. You got to stop shutting him out. And if you're not going to tell him as your husband, you need to tell him as Emma's father.
But I want her to remember the good things, you know? I want her to remember us waking up in the morning and making crepes and being in our PJs till noon. I don't want her to see me sick. It's kind of already happened.
When?
At Thanksgiving, I was so tired I could barely keep my eyes open, and I had to leave the table. She was so disappointed. That's why Christmas has to be really special. It has to be a really good last memory for Patrick and for my little girl.
Do you remember a night on the bridge?
There were a lot of nights on the bridge.
Yeah, I mean, it was the night that you were really upset because a girl with AIDS had died.
Janetta.
And you told me that it was only a matter of time before it was you, and you didn't want to go through that. So we stood on the side. And we were holding hands. Do you remember what happened?
We didn't jump.
What if we had? What if we had? Think of all the things we would have missed. You never would have become a doctor. You never would have met Patrick. You never would have had your baby girl. It's too soon to jump.
It's unthinkable, right? After everything Abby went through with that bastard Brandon knocking her around. To be in a situation where she can get hurt the same way again.
No. Don't think like that. Michael, you've got to try and stay calm.
She was supposed to be safe in Chicago. What if we're too late?
Well, I mean, she's a really strong woman. She knows how to take care of herself.
So if something happens to her, I have no idea what I'm going to do. Probably go after the nearest doctor that I see. Like Jason did to Floyd. That was strange, right? Usually when a cop or somebody like that gets in Jason's face, he just shuts down usually, but I thought he was going to kill Floyd.
Yeah, well, thank God he didn't, because we have enough to deal with right now.
Do you think maybe these rage attacks have something to do with the surgery? Like their side effects or something?